Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm the Sarge. Today we're gonna play Pokemon Emerald version. Alright, let's get started. Alright. Oh wait, forgot. Got to click into the window. Alright, here we go. Lord. Now I was thinking of trying to start this thing, getting through all these boring ass parts. Because they are boring. I've never once enjoyed any of the openings. Mostly because I always find all the professors to be kind of boring. The only one I think was... I can't even remember his name, never mind then. Whatever the one is in Diamond and Pearl. The really old dude. Old timers. Are you a boy? Or are you a girl? It's like they all have that issue with being able to identify gender. My name. I am the Sarge. Yes. So all openings aside, one thing I always like to comment on is how Professor Birch is the only one that wears shorts, and how he's always like this weird little hippie guy. He's just so out of place amongst all the other professors who wear, like, you know, the lab coat, pants, and, you know, like, have this really professional attire to them. Even Professor Elm from, like, Silver and Gold was like this young nerdy dude. But this dude, just like shorts and sandals. It's like total douche. Surfer bro. Sarge, we're here, honey. Must be tired. The reason I chose to play this game as my first Let's Play is because it was Ruby was the first game that I actually owned as a Pokemon game, and I played a lot of. And between all the other games I played, because I played Blue, I played Silver, but between those two games I had to share the experience, you know, with my brothers and sisters, which was it's fun because you like get to hang out with your brothers and sisters some more, and you get to do that childhood thing, or it's like 10 o'clock. But God, it's so annoying to have to like play a Game Boy game with like 3 other siblings, and only one of them's playing it, which is always my older brother, or when it was Silver, it was my younger brother. So it's like incredibly annoying with people who don't understand how to play RPGs, or like just don't even care about Pokemon. They're playing the game to play a game. It's like so annoying. So when I finally got a Game Boy Advance, the first game that I got was unfortunately Yu-Gi-Oh!, which, who likes Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm joking. Other than that, like the first game I actually bought with my money was Pokemon Ruby version. And with it being the first Pokemon game that I could actually play by myself, damn straight I put the hours on there, you know, non-stop. Intro is up the ass. Oh. Professor Birch. Like, I understand how like the need for the opening is always necessary for like new generations playing the games. Like even now, you know, you have X and Y coming out, and I already like foresee how the opening's going to set up. You're going to show up at your original town, you're going to choose boy or girl and all that stuff. You know, after you do that, you're probably going to run into the professor, choose your lead Pokemon, and you're going to have your rivals. It'd be neat if they did it like X and Y. Not X and Y, damn it. Was it Platinum? Was it Black and White? No, it was Black and White that had the two. You had the female and the male rival. I know. Alright, I forget what I have to do. That's right, I gotta talk to the guy in the here. Some things never made sense to me, like this little girl is telling me to stop. Something tells me an arrogant-ass kid, like who I'm playing as right now, would definitely not listen to a little girl. Like, stay out of that. Then again, I don't know Pokemon worlds. It might be like a real deal when little kids tell you things to be wary of. Oh my god. Yeah, it's been a while since I played this. And I never got to play Emerald. I bought it for a Game Boy Advance, but then I wound up like buying you know, a DSi, so that wound up falling through, because, well, like a good letdown, it found out that I couldn't play the damn thing on there. Alright, talk to everybody. Is there anything up here? I think what's her name's up here. Hey man. Who are you? Oh, you're Sarge. So you knew us today. I'm May. Glad to meet you. I am just dreaming of becoming friends with Pokemon all over the world. I heard about you, Sarge, from my dad, Professor Birch. I was hoping that you would be nice, Sarge, and that we could be friends. This is silly, isn't it? I just met you, Sarge. Pokemon for me has always been like a really humbling experience. Everyone grew up knowing Pokemon. Like, even if you didn't like it, you know it. And I think it was kind of hard for me. The question is, what the fuck are you doing to the Zigzagoon to piss it off? But I love Torchic. Torchic, when you get it to Blaziken, is like just complete badass mode. People, a lot of my friends like to argue that Charizard is better simply because it's the original, you know, Gen 1 starter. But obviously something was going great with the whole fire and fighting routine when they got 3 generations and the fire starter was fire and fighting. I think things will pick up once we get out of this whole intro area. It's all about getting out there on your own anyways. Experiencing everything. Even though it's open world, it's only open world until after you've beaten everything. Yes. Keep it simple. Normally I always nickname my Pokemon, whether it be something goofy as hell or not. I think I'll just avoid that right now. Let's go talk to May. Alright. One thing I've noticed already is kind of like trying to expedite my way through all this. So I'm not even paying attention really to probably what I should be paying attention to. I'm hoping to get a lot of pointers after this, you know, people telling me what I'm doing wrong. A very, very open-minded person. Which is funny, because one of my main things I'd like to do is because, you know, my service in the military, I'm looking forward to trying connecting with some of the other people who are in the military but also like Pokemon. It's like that one level of familiarity that I'm going to have with them, you know, versus other people. I spent 4 years in the army, and it's like, anyone who's been in the army knows how like close-minded some people can be just because of the bravado nature that everything is. It's like all, you know, gung-ho masculineness. Well, I was in combat arms, which is probably why it was like that for me. But, you know, sometimes it's fun. You'll find that one guy that you can, you know, like, talk about this kind of stuff with, but, like, you mention, like, Pokemon around the people I was around most of the time. It's like, oh, nerd, you're lame. we're gonna go masturbate to football and NASCAR. Nothing against football or NASCAR. I love both, but like that bravado attitude is just so annoying. Tired opening nothing but like mashing the A button and getting the attacks to just go fast enough. I've never actually died in a Pokemon game in the opening, except in actually Soul Silver. I find that in the Silver game it's actually a lot harder to level up because the ratio of which Pokemon you're battling versus your level is like you'll get level 38 Pokemon, and for some reason for the longest period of time you fight only like level 20 to like 27 in like the highest areas. And like you find other ones, but like it's just so horrible in that one area. Alright, where am I going again? I don't care about you. What do you got? Thank you, sir. You've done a great service to your country. Something else I love about Pokemon is the fan fictions about Pokemon. Let's see, how much money do I have? I know you start off the game. That's what I thought. One in the bag. Never be too careful. But the fanfictions are like really fun to read a lot of the time, the ones that I find. It's neat to explore like different aspects of like what Pokemon could be. And like personally I like the idea of like the military, like a militarized version of Pokemon, because obviously there's wars. Anyone who's played like Pokemon Conquest, there are these conflicts that arise, and it's just interesting to imagine like actual wars between Pokemon, and they're kind of sought after in the movies, just a little bit, like there's some explanation. I'm not even going to bother trying to enunciate any Pokemon's names correctly, so if I get it wrong, oh well. But I know there's Arceus, or the God Pokemon. I know his movie, they went over a little bit about the wars between Pokemon and human beings. So like it's neat to explore like fan fictions that like either span back like way back when, you know, at least good written ones. If you write a fan fiction and it's horrible, it's like you can't just write down a whole bunch of mess and hope it sounds good. I don't know. I love writing, so that's one of the other things I do. I write, play video games. I was in the military, and I like running too. I run a lot. For anyone who's an avid runner, you know, I like to talk to you too, because one thing people do with me is they underestimate me up front. Like, you can't tell from my tiny little camera, but I'm a big guy. I've always been a big guy. Like, I was a fat kid growing up, and I just got in the habit of like walking a lot, and then eventually I started running. So nowadays it's like, let's see, I'll go do like 4-mile runs like it's nothing. And, like, I'll take my PT test in National Guard. The first, like, I got an active duty, and the first thing that everyone thought was like, oh, fat guy is gonna come join our unit. Yeah, whatever. So we go to take the PT test, and the only person to beat me was one of the lieutenants. And like, I passed him for like the first bit of it, and like suddenly he realized that, you know, I was going for it. So like he comes sprinting up past me, but that dude is like Kenyan or something like that. I don't know. I'm not being judgmental on this character. He's just runs like fucking hell and he's skinny as shit. You know. I got other friends who are like fitness nuts. And it's like, alright, cool. That's your way, man. That's neat, you know, but I am not about to like suck on protein shakes, you know, and like count calories any more than I have before. Like I did it to get where I'm at now. Fucking Mudkip. Oh man, it's such a stupid little Pokemon. I'm like, what? Torchic's no better at this level, but Mudkip just has like this retarded ass mohawk on its head. Cheek spikes. Uh-oh. Alright, cool. Forgot how I set up my button pad. I'm not taking chances. The last thing I want to do is die here and then like have to go all the way back to come back up here. I've already wasted enough time with like going in the wrong direction too often. Suck a dick, Mudkip. Originally I was gonna do 15 minutes. I think I'll do it a little bit longer since it took so damn long to get through that intro. Plus, I probably need all the practice I can get when I'm doing these Let's Plays. Probably get more into watching the shows. I haven't watched Pokemon, like, actual television series in so long. Like, the only thing I do nowadays, really, is play the games. Don't even ask me about the trading card game. I tried it once, got really into it, and sort of fell out of it for a couple of years. So like I said, military, not a good place to be the odd man out. Not that they're negative about it, it's just no fun. So you wind up doing what a lot of other people are doing simply because you don't want to be, you know, the guy that plays Pokemon by himself in the barracks while everyone else is out, you know, getting drunk and having fun. Which, you know, I don't condone drinking, but, you know, parties in the barracks, all that stuff, yeah, good times. Eventually, he's like, I ain't gotta play Pokemon today. I think I'll go do some shots of Fireball and curl up next to something at night, you know? You don't know what it's going to be, but it'll be somebody. You the running shoe man? Yeah. Alright, never mind. Once again, I completely forget where I'm supposed to be going. Sorry about that, guys. Still new to this. It's different than when you actually like. Cause I used to criticize a little bit, like when I was kind of new to this whole Let's Play thing, and you know I watched other people and I was like, man, they're being so stupid. No, it's like, oh man, it's kind of difficult to play the game and like try and talk at the same time. Like I guess you get used to it after a while. That's right. Other way. When do I get? That's where I get the running shoes. Retarded. Sarge received a Pokedex. Something I would really like to do is find a way to take the engine. The game engine from one of these, preferably Emerald or something like that, and make a custom story out of it, kind of like if you're familiar with the Ash Gray series. You know, I'm watching a Let's Player play that right now, and it's just really interesting on how people can make an entirely different game out of, you know, the Pokemon games. That's just something I'd really like to do because, like I said, you know, I love the whole military side of things. So be really interested in trying to make a military version of Pokemon. You know, like there could be a million ways you can set that up. You know, I've even read some fan fictions that were based on the idea, and it's a pretty neat concept. You know, you get partnered with a Pokemon, suddenly you get thrown into, like, I'm trying to think of like an equivalent of a third world country in like Pokemon terms, but I can't. That'd be kind of funny though, third world countries in Pokemon land. The hell do they use for Pokeballs? They even use Pokeballs. I forget. Alright, there we go. Yeah. I can take on the world. Alright. So, let's get going. Alright. Yeah, he moved. Alright, cool. Did I get anything from you? Let's find out. Stop in the Poke Center real quick, and my goal at this point, I guess you could go ahead and surmise, I'm going to at least take out the first gym leader with my one Pokemon. It's been a while since I played this one, so I forget what the first gym is. I'll probably read up on the little bit of stuff behind this one later on. Sarge! Scratch my foot. The idea of watching like two tiny Pokemon fight, it's kind of adorable. Going back to the whole like trying to make things a little bit more, I don't know, good term be like darker. And it's like, you would start out with a Caterpie, and the Caterpie would be like an actual caterpillar size or something like that. It's like fighting another caterpillar, and of course they get bigger and more vicious. It's a really fun concept to see, like realistic versions of Pokemon, I guess. That's right, this is the one with them Cascoon. Those other ones, like super retarded version of Weedle. Alright, scratch him. Yeah. I often wondered why people would even bother with catching the Weedles and all that. And, like, they're not very good, like, Pokemon to even catch in the start, and they sure as hell don't turn out any well in the end. Like, I liked Beedrill just because of like how he looked, but overall it was a really worthless character or Pokemon to have in your team. So yeah, very forgot to get those in this one. It was like a really useless character. It's like, why? And then who do I watch? But like the idea of, you know, they're like the first step in introducing you to evolutions. So for kids who like freshly pick up the game, you know, and they're all about catching everything up front, like your first real experience of getting something like level 3 would be like a Beedrill, you know, that evolves at like level 10 to its third stage. So it's like kind of, you know, traps you in that whole idea of like trying to get everything evolved to its final stage. Which I think is this one that I played for hours trying to evolve certain Pokemon. I can't remember if this one or if it's Pearl that you get Tropicus, you know, that big ass Brachiosaurus with fucking palm leaves coming out of its back. Like, I thought it was really cool that, you know, that was its first stage, I didn't know it was only a single stage Pokemon. So we were training for hours, just like, I want to get this thing evolved, I want to get this thing evolved. Nah, no avail. Never got it evolved. And then, like, the brilliance of going onto the internet to find out that there never was an evolved form, just wasted all that time. That is a bad Pokemon, it was pretty beast, it's just, I don't know, sometimes Pokemon just ain't fun to play with if they don't have an evolutionary stage. Kinda dull, you know? Like, why am I raising you? I think the only Pokemon I really liked that didn't have one would be Lapras. Lapras was fun. I'm probably not gonna make it to that first thing. This is already going on 25 minutes now, 26. Might have to call it quits after this one. Alright, Torchic. Use our scratch. A friend of mine warned me that trying to do a let's play of Pokemon will be kind of difficult because when it starts up, it takes a while to get into it. There we go. Ember. And as you can see, I kind of didn't take well to his advice, but you know, I can't. Because I really love Pokemon. Yeah. Suck that super fucking effective move, bitch. Yeah, appreciate it. Alright, never mind, we're here. Where's the gym? Oh, wait a minute, is this the one your dad runs? Oh god, I hope not. Get in the damn... Alrighty. Well. Yeah, it's definitely your dad. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I think I remember this game. That's right. Anyone who shows up late, like after you beat the Elite Four, comes in all buttered. Oh god. This is why I'm glad I'm making such a long episode to begin with. You always have to go through the catching phase. If for some reason they were to take the time to just like put an option where you're like, hey, do you want to learn this? No, they force you to. Always doing that. I'm probably gonna call it, you know, right after this, since this will be pretty much the end of all the tutorial phase. This will be my first video, you know. If there's anything I could do better, you know, like people who, you know, really watch Let's Plays, you know, feel free to criticize me. You know, I'm used to it. You know, and this video is already like 30 minutes long. Usually I'm probably only going to be posting about 15 minutes. Seems to be like the good number that most people stick around is like 15 minutes, and I think 15 minutes would be good enough. But other than that, cut the rolls. If I'm not mistaken, he keeps using that damn thing too. Now, Sarge, will become a strong dreamer. Here's my advice. Head for Rustboro City, beyond this town. There you shall challenge the gym leader Roxa. After her, you will go on to other Pokemon gyms and defeat the leaders. Collect badges from them, understood? Of course, I'm a gym leader too. We'll battle one day, Sarge. That's only after you become stronger. I don't think there's been a single game where I actually paid attention to the dialogue. I'm more enticed with making my own story out of things, which I'm not doing here. But I am going to save it. And hopefully I'm playing on my emulator and it won't like erase my data and I want it to start over, because if I do, I'm probably going to be playing Steam games from here on until I get it fixed. But that is Pokemon Emerald version so far. Now that we got all the boring parts out the way, I think things will get a little bit better. And thank you guys for watching. Go cure cancer or something. Alright, see you later guys.